Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for attending the SkillStorm webinar regarding Army and Air Force and Coast Guard COOL benefits. I'm John Tansel. I run the veteran programs at SkillStorm, both Army COOL, VetTech, NextGen, which is our program for college graduates who already know how to code, and also our accelerator programs at universities that are being taken by student veterans. In attendance today also, I've got two former veterans, and both are military spouses. One is Jasmine Kennedy. She's our lead recruiter at Fort Campbell, and Mackenzie Beeman is our lead recruiter at Fort Liberty now. Each of them will go ahead and introduce themselves, and then they're going to talk. They're our subject matter experts on COOL, and then they're going to talk you through the slide deck regarding how exactly to apply to either our AWS or our CompTIA courses that are on COOL. And Mackenzie, why don't you go ahead and start?
Hello, everybody. My name is Mackenzie Beeman. I am local to Fort Liberty. I'm a COOL advisor as well as Army veteran and military spouse now.
Hi, everyone. My name is Jasmine Kennedy. I am the exact same as Mackenzie. I'm a COOL advisor. I also handle the VetTech side of our programs as well, and then I'm an Army veteran and a military spouse too. We are going to today be talking about a couple of different things. Specifically, we're going to start with, you can go to the next slide, Connor. Specifically, we're going to start with the COOL overview. So what COOL stands for is Credentialing Opportunities On-Line. It's a program that most people don't know that they have. So if you're in the Army, you are given $4,000 every fiscal year. And then if you're in the Air Force, you're given $4,500 every fiscal year. And you can spend that on a bunch of different courses that are offered on the COOL website. SkillStorm specifically, we offer technology certifications. So we offer AWS, which is Amazon Web Services, and then CompTIA courses. So on the next slide, Mackenzie is going to start covering what AWS and what CompTIA courses we offer specifically.
So SkillStorm is just one of the providers that you can select within the COOL system. And we offer AWS Cloud Practitioner, Solutions Architect Associate, and CompTIA A+, Network Plus, and Security Plus. There's no experience needed. Our courses range from 4 to 8 weeks in length. They're 100% online and instructor-led. So if you're anything like me, you have a real person to ask your questions to. And these are all free through credentialing assistance. Next slide, yep. So our AWS authorized certification training for Cloud Practitioner, it's a 4-week course. They start every month. Students learn the foundation of the AWS infrastructure and basic cloud concepts through a guided instructor-led approach. Again, if you need to ask your questions to a real person, that is there for you. And then the Solutions Architect is an 8-week course, and they start every other month. Students gain a higher level understanding of AWS cloud concepts and architectural design principles. Next slide. I think we went back one. Yep, okay. And then our CompTIA authorized certification training, we have A+, Network Plus, and Security Plus. All 3 of these courses are 8 weeks in length, and they start every other month. So for A+, you can learn cybersecurity concepts that prepare you for Core 1 and Core 2 exams. For Network Plus, you can learn enterprise level wired and wireless network solutions, troubleshooting network performance issues, harden networks against threats to mitigate security vulnerabilities. And then for Security Plus, you can assess security posture and implement security solutions, monitor and secure hybrid environments, including cloud, mobile, and IoT, operate with awareness of applicable laws and policies, identify, analyze, and respond to security events and incidents. So this is just a brief overview of COOL eligibility. So if we run down on each side, depending on whether you're Army or Air Force, you can see just a few of the guidelines. I'm not going to read through every single one of them because this will be linked, I believe, at the end of this presentation, where you can go in and actually see all of the facts surrounding the COOL eligibility.
So on this slide, we're going to go over how to sign up for the cool benefits. We'll go, it's about a 2-minute video. So Connor, if you want to go ahead and hit play for them. Thank you.
We don't have any sound.
Sorry about that. Apparently the audio was not working. I, I apologize. Can we just go ahead and move on to the next slide, you guys? We can share these links with everybody in the audience in a follow-up email so that you guys can watch them. I apologize about the
That's okay.
technical difficulties.
That's okay. That's perfectly fine. The videos themselves are going to be step-by-step walkthrough of exactly what it takes to sign up for your cool benefits and walk you through the process of actually being able to use your cool benefits. So it's a really good resource. So when you do start to sign up for your course, you won't be confused through the process. You can go ahead and go to the Upskill Together, Connor. So for the Upskill Together, this is a new initiative that we just got passed and like approved. It's for military spouses and dependents. So it's a scholarship that we're giving to the spouses and dependents of people who have already gone through our courses. So if you as a actual like in the military and active duty member did a cool course, we actually give your spouse or your dependent access to a free course, and they actually get access to more courses. So on top of the AWS, the CompTIA ones, they're also going to get Salesforce, Appian, and the Pega courses that they can choose for free. And then the next slide, we're going to actually talk about what that looks like.
So this is kind of an example of how that would look for the Upskill Together. So the first step is that the service member takes either an AWS or CompTIA certification training course through Skillstorm using their cool benefits. And then after that, they must take the relevant certification exam and provide proof to Skillstorm and the Education Center, whether it's pass or fail. And then the service member's spouse and dependents automatically become eligible to apply for our Upskill Together scholarship.
Now we're going to move into some questions. So if you guys have questions, you can actually put them in the chat and we can start answering them for you. You can also scan the 3 different QR codes and check out like what more information about each program.
Okay, so looks like we have one question from Lily. And if you all have any other questions, please send those in the chat. We will get to them after this question. Hi, do you need prior military experience to be in the COOL program? I'm looking to get a Security Plus certification, but I don't have military experience.
So the cool courses are for anybody in the Army or Air Force or Coast Guard who are either National Guard, Reserve, or active duty. So if that applies to you, you should have credentialing assistance available.
Great, thanks, Mackenzie. Which course is the most popular amongst service members?
That would either be as far as the Security Plus through CompTIA or the AWS Cloud Practitioner course. Those are our 2 most popular courses.
Okay, this is from Hakeem. hey, I am in the Army and I would like to know if it would be free to get in those courses.
Yeah, so each year you get a certain amount of credentialing assistance that the Army is going to give to you. So for you specifically, you get $4,000. If you still have that credentialing assistance, you would use that money to pay for the courses. So it would be free to you. The Army would pay for it.
All right, great. Thanks, Jasmine. This one comes from Bob. It was mentioned that this program is available for veterans besides active duty. Is that true?
So the COOL program isn't going to be available for veterans, but we do have a vet tech program that's something different that Skillstorm offers. That might have been something that I had talked about that I am a recruiter for.
All right, and Hugh asked the same question. So maybe one more question that would help people understand better is um, how do service members become eligible? Is it when they're transitioning? And what does the period? What is the period of time? Um, the time frame for people
Service
who
members,
are
yeah.
for service members who are interested to enroll in the COOL program?
Yeah, that's a great question, actually. So if you are more than 6 months out from ETSing, or just in the Army, as long as you're not 6 months before your ETS date, you're eligible for all of the COOL benefits that are offered. So you can do them at any point in your career, except for that 6-month window right before you ETS.
I am going to add to that as well. The end date of the course that you're applying to has to be at least 31 days prior to your transition date.
Perfect. Thanks, guys. We have another question from Peter. If I take a COOL CA-funded program, do I retain access to study materials after completion?
I believe for some period of time you do retain access to those materials.
Yeah, you have access for 6 months.
Okay.
Awesome. Thank you, guys. This is a question more relevant to vet tech. And maybe we can just briefly talk about how the vet tech program works. This is from Hugh.
So I can describe this a bit more. So the vet tech program is free to veterans that have 1 day remaining on their GI Bill benefit. At no point in time does your GI Bill be used to pay for this program. It is fully VA funded. But I will add that the VA has run out of funding for this fiscal year. So we're anticipating starting cohorts again in October. Each cohort is 16 weeks in length, fully remote and instructor-led training. We train you, we get you certified, and then we have 180 days to help you find meaningful employment. We do have a screening process at the beginning to make sure that you're motivated and passionate about pursuing a career in IT.
Mackenzie and Jasmine, this is John, and for everybody listening. And the one nice thing about Skillstorm, and really what separates us from a lot of other companies that are trying to do what we're doing, and I'm might be biased, but I think it's really the truth, and that's we're better at it than they are. The instructors that train COOL, the instructors that train vet tech are the same instructors that we train 25 major universities. We train our trainers are training college students and alumni at schools like Florida State, University of Nevada, Las Vegas, North Dakota State, All State, UNC Charlotte, Florida State, University of Tampa. We also are training for New Jersey Institute of Technology. These same instructors that are training university level certification courses are the ones that are training COOL and the ones that are training vet tech. So the training isn't good, it's outstanding.
All right, thank you, John, and Jasmine and Mackenzie. That is the last question we have. But of course, if you do have more questions, please feel free to reach out to us directly. We have Mackenzie's and Jasmine's email on the slide. You can see those there. Also, scan the QR codes on your screen to learn more about Upskill Together, Army Cool, and Air Force Cool. And I think actually maybe we do have one more question from Kevin, if that's okay. He wants to know, where do we go to get started with vet tech? And again, right now, vet tech is on hold because there is no funding available currently. However, we do anticipate it restarting later in the year.
You can learn more on va.gov, or you can also email myself or Jasmine to be considered for our future pipeline for that.
This is John again. I really recommend that you reach out to Jasmine or Mackenzie, depending upon where you're located. And the reason is that for everybody that wants to get into the vet tech program, we don't take everybody. You do have to qualify. There is a social skills test, for lack of a better word, that we test your communication skills verbally. Then there's an aptitude test, which is a critical thinking test. And then after that, if you pass that, there's a 30-minute oral quiz from one of our trainers. It's called a tech screen. And the reason I'd say to reach out to them is they're going to send you study material, and you're going to have to study so that when you do try to get into the vet tech program, when it's up and live and it's funded by the U.S. government again, hopefully late this summer or in October, that you're already ready to go. You've been accepted into the program, you've done all the paperwork, and you've studied for the tech screen with one of our trainers. Again, just because you want to get into the vet tech program doesn't mean you do, because with the reason we're a preferred provider of vet tech instead of just a provider, and there's only 5 preferred providers in the whole United States, is that we work really hard after you graduate, and so do you. It's a team effort. You have to be looking for work, and we look for work for you. But if we don't find you work within 180 days of you graduating, we owe the VA a financial penalty, and we really do not want to ever have to pay that penalty to the VA. So we try much harder than a regular provider in finding work in the IT field for you. Now, I'll tell you a success story on how somebody who was looking for work while we were looking for work for them just 2 weeks ago. The individual went on an interview, got called back in for a second interview. He found this job offering by himself. He had graduated in February from our Java program, and he is now doing data analysis for the Baltimore Orioles Major League Baseball team. So there's an individual that knew, hey, Skillstorm's looking for work for me, but I've got to be looking for work also. So that's a perfect example of why we want both of us looking for work for you in the vet tech program, because the whole goal is to get you employed in the IT field.
All right, thank you, John. That is the last question we have. Again, feel free to reach out to us directly. Thank you all for joining us today. We really appreciate your participation, and we will be in touch soon. If you go to any of these pages and fill out a form, a recruiter should contact you. Thank you again, and have a great day.
Thank you guys for being here.
Thank you.
Thanks for attending.